Headbangers Rhythm Royale. If you told me that a Battle Royale rhythm game was being made, well, first of all I wouldn't believe you. And then I'd probably search it up, realize there is a Battle Rhythm Royale game, and I'd scream. If I wasn't there when that direct happened, I would have thought you were messing with me. But anyway, developed by 𝐭𝐿𝐿 Studio, Headbangers Rhythm Royale is a battle royale where 30 pigeons will go head to head in 23 music-based rhythm games to see who will be the ultimate headbanger. I think that's what they called it. From the looks of things, it looks like one game of Headbangers Rhythm Royale will be split into 4 different rounds, where 30 pigeons will participate in the first round, 20 pigeons in the second round, 10 in the third, and only 5 in the final round. It looks like qualification will be decided by points as well, and not just clearing the minigame, which is a way better system in my opinion. You could be amazing at round 1 and 2, but flop in round 3 because you're not good at that specific minigame. However, the points you accumulated from rounds 1 and 2 may help you to get that bit further, which is always just a better system than complete it or you're out, you know? On the leaderboard, it looks like it'll show the amount of perfects you get to, which I do appreciate, as it always makes it more satisfying when the rhythm game rewards perfect hits. The game also has a website, which is very small right now, but there's one bit that piqued my interest, which I want to talk to you guys about. Headbangers is a light-hearted rhythm battle royale game where you and 29 other pigeons compete against each other to try and win the title of Master Headbanger. Compete against each other in mind-bending musical minigames, screw over your competitors with power-ups, and collect crumbs to customize your own pigeon. This paragraph mentions power-ups, which I do not think we've seen in a gameplay so far, well, unless I'm blind or something. This mechanic both intrigues and scares me at the same time. If implemented well, power-ups could be a really fun way to shake up the game. But if not integrated well, this game could turn into one of those god-awful Friday Night Funkin' charts that are completely unplayable due to their mechanics. Power-ups should disrupt, of course, but not in a way that will change the song to throw you off rhythm, distort the screen since visual cues seem to be very important here, or force you to press another button while you're playing the rhythm game. Once again, this feature could be fine, and I could just be overreacting here, but I do not want this game to turn into a whoever has the most power-ups wins the game, you know what I mean? I want this game to reward players who can play the minigames well and time their button or mouse taps perfectly. Either way, we're just gonna have to wait and see what they do with this. I'm nervous, but if they can do it well, then I'll be happy about it. So far on the Team 17 YouTube channel, they've released 3 gameplay videos which explain 3 of the 23 minigames that we're expected to see at full release on October 31st. Also, going off topic a bit here, I just love how this release date is near to Halloween. The vibes around that time are always fun and interesting. I don't know, I just really enjoyed the release date of the game, and I don't know how to phrase it. Anyway, the first minigame they introduced to us is Run Pigeon Run, which is the minigame that I was most intrigued about actually when I watched the trailer. You'll be bopping your head up and down to defeat enemies in this engaging retro game with a catchy chiptune track in the background. It looks like you use the A and X button on a controller, which seems like it's Xbox. I'm only saying that because those buttons on a Nintendo Switch Pro controller or a pair of Joy-Cons seem very clunky. I just hope that we're able to change these, set keybinds for every minigame and stuff. I just don't like the idea of being stuck to 2 buttons when rhythm games are usually very flexible about changing controls to ensure that you're always comfortable when playing. Anyways though, I'm getting off track again. This game overall looks very fun as a first round minigame, and I can't wait to play. The second minigame they've gone over is called First Piano Shooter, where you'll have to remember a sequence of keys on a piano and slingshot those keys in the same order that's been presented to you. While this minigame does have rhythm elements to it, it's mostly about memorizing and aiming the slingshot. This is a second round game, and I appreciate how they're sorting the minigames into difficulty for later rounds as well, so that you're not just banking on any minigame to appear just because you're good at it. And finally, the third minigame is called The Stunt Moles, which is basically just a rhythmified version of Whack-A-Mole. Just like First Piano Shooter, you'll have to observe a pattern of rhythm and copy it. It seems to increase in difficulty as the minigame goes on, which is always a good way to keep the game fresh and keep players on their toes. You get 2 points for hitting the mole perfectly, and only 1 point if you hit it too early or too late. Personally, I wish there was a bigger range of points depending on how well timed you end up hitting the moles. It doesn't ruin the game if it isn't included though, it's just more of a gameplay tweak that I'd like to see incorporated. It also looks like you're able to play with bots, which is good as an offline feature. It means that if you own a Nintendo Switch, you can play this game on the go. And it also means that you can practice against non-players without the fear of being eliminated early, which is a very welcome feature in my opinion, especially to players who are new to rhythm games. In the description of these videos, we get some additional context about the game, including the confirmation of a battle pass. Even though I saw this coming, it's still quite devastating to see. This means that this game is gonna try and use FOMO, which is fear of missing out for those of you who don't know. I'm just glad that the crumbs, which is the in-game currency for this game, are earned just by playing, and it's not a microtransaction game. Well, at least I hope it's not. I'm gonna be so disappointed if you unlock the battle pass with crumbs. In my opinion, it should be available to everyone who's purchasing the game. Well, that is, if this game doesn't release as a free-to-play. Please do not release this game as a free-to-play. I would much rather make one purchase and not have to worry about spending more money on cosmetics and new battle passes. I just hope the new popular monetization method of these last battle royale games won't end up being this game's downfall. Because to me, the game looks fun and charming. You know, might have some issues here and there, but every game does, and it looks fun to play, which in my opinion should be at the core of any game. I feel like so many of these battle royale games have lost themselves in the money and the spotlight with these battle pass systems, which force players to grind the game just so they don't miss out on the cosmetic outfit that goes in 5 days. Oh, and the cool emote that's only in the item shop for 24 hours, so I have to buy more in-game currency so that I can get it quick. All that I hope is that Headbangers doesn't suffer the same fate. Overall, I have very high hopes for this game, and even if they're not met, I just hope that this game turns out being more fun and less frustrating. That's all from me today. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you later.